Welcome to The Curators, episode 106, the weekly podcast and YouTube series where I discuss appealing game and game-related crowd-funded projects from the Gamerati curated page. I'm Marcelo, and this show is transmitted as a podcast that you can just find looking for The Curators on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. And a video version of this episode is at youtube.com/Gamerati. Two projects today as usual. The first one, I'm very excited about this one. It's a magazine. Yeah, it's a magazine. It's called Tabletops and Tentacles by Deeply Dapper. It's not monthly. I think it's bi-monthly. Oh, my mistake. Anyhow, it's intended to be a magazine that is designed to harken back to the classic magazines we used to have growing up. Stuff from my time includes Dragon Magazine, Dungeon Magazine, Wizard, the Magazine of Fantasy and Science Fiction. I don't know if you remember that. And here in Brazil, we specifically had our own magazines, Saga, Dragão Brasil, and Role Playing Games. Yeah, there was a magazine called Role Playing Games. So Tabletops and Tentacles will be made in a retro style, retro modern style, actually, I should say, with each issue chock full of content. Issue 1 will have the vanilla edition. Will have Notes from the Depths, Welcome to TNT, which is a presentation of the magazine, Cthulhu Hall, convention calendar for January and February, the Clutter Kraken, cosplayer corner, in an interview with a cosplayer called the Huntress, the Black Table, Chests and Quests, the Long Con, How to Make a Magazine. We'll have an RPG adventure in 3 parts. We'll have serial fiction, Crocsnar's Escape, Chapter 1. We'll have Q&A with game designer John J. Hill. Also magic items and the Marathon Star Wars, the Machete Method, and a fantasy beer generator. Also, a lot of bonus content, because the more money they get on this Kickstarter, the thicker the magazine will be. I think the base magazine will have, the first issue will have between 70 and 80 pages, but we can add another 100 pages with stretch goals. You can get this issue 0 if you want to see how the magazine is designed and cared for and written. I don't know if it's because I was a huge reader of gaming magazines when I was a teenager, but I'm in love with the idea. This is amazing. Anyhow, the magazine will come every issue of the magazine will have interviews with game designers, with artists, with creators, authors, with indie comic creators too. They're also going to talk about comics with comic book artists, writers, designers. They are going to have interviews with wargame painters, with cosplayers, and they're going to talk about convention and comic shop owners. Obviously, the thick of the magazine is going to be game hooks and adventures published by them. Free print and play tabletop games, printable maps, printable characters, items, and NPCs. Just like a regular old school magazine used to bring. It's also going to bring discount codes and coupons. Every magazine will have a theme like retro sci-fi or the apocalypse or Gen Con or horror. They're going to bring comic book previews. That reminds me of Golden Dragon, a magazine in Brazil that started as a comic book magazine and then became a comic book and RPG magazine. It will come with serialized short fiction. I love short fiction. Weird road trips, destinations, and tutorials and walkthroughs. They are already over $4,000 US, so they unlocked a bunch of stretch goals. The stretch goal of 1,300, the stretch goals of 1,500, 2,000. Let's see, 2,000 unlocked classic horror theme zine add-on. Interesting. Wow, they haven't even revealed more stretch goals beyond $4,000 because I believe it probably because they unlocked it very fast. Okay, so let's take a look at the rewards of this Kickstarter. For $5, you get the digital copy of issue 1, which includes the PDF, all unlocked digital extras, printable maps, print and play tabletop game, backer roll call listing, obviously because you backed it, and all issue 1 stretch goals. If you want the printed copy, you just need to give them $18. You get the printed copy, the PDF copy of issue 1, all unlocked digital extras, printable maps, print and play tabletop game, backer roll call listing, all issue 1 stretch goals, and free shipping inside the United States and the United Kingdom. And if you want to subscribe to the magazine for a year, you pay them $50, which includes 1 full year digital distribution, free bonus digital subscription, printable gift card, PDF digital copy of issue 1, all unlocked digital extras, and all the rest. And if you want a subscription of the physical magazine, 1 year subscription, it's $160. Tabletops and Tentacles will, as I said, will feature original work, maps, photography, and much more. Each issue will be 6 by 9 inches and full color, and will range between 40 and 100 pages, although issue 1 can reach more than 150 if they they unlock more stretch goals. But each magazine will have between 40 and 100 pages at least. By the looks of it, we're getting a hefty tome, at least on issue 1. Probably those stretch goals will be transferred to the following issues this year. And also, this is interesting. They already came with a minimal magazine even before the Kickstarter. As I said, they will have a minimum of 60 pages. That's ready, that is done, that is edited, designed even before the Kickstarter was a reality, because they want to make this magazine one way or the other. With our help, the magazine will get bigger and better. But the Kickstarter is here to help promote the magazine, add more content than they would be capable of having with just one regular issue. And what's, for me, the most important part is that a subscription method will only be available through the crowdfunding campaign. So if you want to subscribe to the magazine, that's the time. So yeah, that's Tabletop and Tentacles by Deeply Dapper. A retro, modern magazine like we haven't seen in a long time. Take a look. The next project I'm going to talk about is called Unsettled. It's a board game. It's a sandbox survival board game in the bizarre and wondrous reaches of deep space. Okay, the first thing I want to draw your attention to this game is the amazing promo video they have put on Kickstarter. Most promo videos on Kickstarter are nothing to write home about, and some of them are downright cringy. But the one that Orange Nebula has put in their Kickstarter page for Unsettled is great. Seriously, watch it. Go to the Kickstarter page and watch their promo video. It's very good. Okay, so what's Unsettled about? Unsettled is a board game by Orange Nebula, which is their 4th Kickstarter project. And it's a 2 to 4 player cooperative survival adventure set in the fringes of uncharted space. Each match will last between 60 and 90 minutes, depending on how many people you have. There are no enemies, and there is no combat. Only the environment, where every step, every breath, every particle around you could mean immediately terrifying death. Shut up and take my money. Anyhow, I think it's easy if I read the description on the Kickstarter page because it's very well written. Here we go. In these incredible conditions, you must complete a series of tasks necessary to your continued survival. Perhaps the water reclamation system on the ship needs repair, or as usual, food supplies are running low. Before you lies a strange alien landscape. It's up to you to complete these tasks using whatever you find out there. Each time you play, you will have a different combination of survival tasks to complete, and the things you discover and their weird properties will be different as well. So while you always start out knowing what problems problems you need to solve, you have no idea how you're going to use the world before you to do so, or what the world is going to do to you while you try. As you explore the environment, encountering wild and unique opportunities along the way, you will work closely with the rest of your crew to achieve your goal of continued existence. The only thing you can be sure is each other. Lose that and you lose all hope for survival. So I love the idea of a game where you don't shoot aliens or fight robots. It's a bunch of humans lost in an alien world without the necessary resources to survive and having to scrap or invent whatever they need. It's an amazing idea. I wish I saw more games like that. There are some games like that, but not too many. We should have more. So this game goes all the way to the 8th of January, so you have less than a week to be part of it. Let's take a look at the pledged levels. Okay, for $89 US, you get the base framework and 4 planets. Includes all free on Kickstarter items, does not include add-ons, shipping to be charged after the campaign. Okay, and all other free on Kickstarter items. For $134, you get the all-in. This is the full game, getting 1 copy of everything available, including sleeves for all planet boxes. Shipping will be the same price as the Explorer Pledge, which is the previous one, and charged after the campaign. For $336 US, you get 4 of everything. So you get four boxes, 4 add-ons, for everything. And $306 is the retailer pledge, shipping a bunch of boxes to 1 location. So yeah, that's Unsettled. They're going very successful with almost 6,500 backers. And still until the January the 8th, which is about 6 days to go. So hurry up if you're interested in this game. Take a look and check it out. And watch the promo video. It's amazing. All right, let's wrap up another episode of The Curators, a podcast and YouTube series about tabletop games and game-related stuff that you might want to know are up on Kickstarter. You can find our curated page, the only one exclusively about tabletop games, at kickstarter.com/gamerati. You can also email us at thecurators@gamerati.com. Tell me if you liked the projects I commented today and if you're backing any of them. The show notes for this episode and all our episodes are at thecurators.gamerati.com. You can also find The Curators in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. And there's also a video version of this episode at youtube.com/gamerati. And that's it for me. Catch you up next week.